1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked.
As hard as possible, because it's my most important fight.
But always will our whole nation remember the character of the onslaught against us.
Hey, my name is Corban Lundborg, and I'm an artist based here in Atlanta, Georgia. I was at a bookstore with my wife, and I found this coffee table book with hundreds of pages of World War II newsprint. I found the pages in this book so fascinating that I started ripping out my favorite stories and collecting them. As you can see, this is the board I made. I sanded it down and painted it to give it some texture and character, put a stencil on it, and then I found some of these stories that I liked. This one really stood out to me. It's a pretty iconic photo of some mortarmen from the 92nd Division. In my 10 years of painting, this is the first military painting series that I've done. When I started painting, it was a way to escape my time in uniform, and more recently I've embraced my role as a military storyteller. You know, there's just so much that we can learn from what happened in World War II, and I want to communicate that with our generation now. As a trained military photographer, this series right here really stemmed out of my love for military imagery, and that's why I bought the book that actually had all of this newspaper in it, was because I just really enjoyed looking at the photos. There was a lot to learn from, and the more that I started to learn about them, the more I wanted to share that with the rest of the world. Now, this series wasn't meant to glamorize nor romanticize combat, but instead to remind us of our past. When I looked at the role that the press and the newspapers played in World War II, I saw it almost as a war on another front. And they're fighting overseas and in front of them, and there was also war going on behind them. And that's why I painted this orange glow on their backs. It was kind of representing another fight going on behind them. I really agree with Winston Churchill in his quote saying that healthy citizens are the greatest asset any country can have. And I feel like that's something that we really need to consider and apply today. The great poet Maya Angelou once said, "History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again."